A reasonable clip with the leader is Candyland. Illuminating eventually works up second, and Borozovic trying hard to work around here. Keenuna Queen behind them. Collar Clue now takes a trail. 50-50 sneaks through along the inner. 4 metres then to Whiskey Cara. 6 metres Black Shinbar. Comical trying to get up on the rails, and the favourite Premier Lobel still last. 31-1 the first quarter as they swing onto the home bend with a lap and a quarter left to run. And Candyland on top. 3 metres. Illuminating's worked hard in this lap. Borozovic worked harder though. It's out 3 deep. Keenuna Queen behind the leader. Then 50-50 on the inside of Collar Clue. Whiskey Cara's 3 deep on the back of Borozovic. Still well out of it are Black Shinbar and Premier Lobel, and getting up on the inside Comical. They head towards the back straight. The leader wanted to run out there. Second quarter 31-1, and Candyland led 3 metres. Second Illuminating. Out 3 wide. Borozovic is struggling. Collar Clue trying to get through in the centre. Keenuna Queen still behind the leader. 50-50 looking for a run. Then Comical going through in the centre. 3 deep Whiskey Cara. Further out Black Shinbar and Premier Lobel still well back and is held up. Down the back Candyland only a metre to Illuminating. Borozovic is coming on again now. It's coming quickly. In fact, Collar Clue goes through in the centre. It's a real jam up there. Comical 50-50 all trying to get through. Black Shinbar, Premier Lobel's right off the track. It's about 8 and 10 wide. Whiskey Cara's also out there on the bend, and Borozovic got to the lead. Premier Lobel's nearly as wide as you'll ever seen them, but it's raced up and goes to Borozovic. Then Black Shinbar, Comical, Collar Clue, Whiskey Cara. Premier Lobel goes to the lead, and Premier Lobel comes away to score. 5 metres, Borozovic, a very big run. I think 50-50 flashed up to grab third in advance of Black Shinbar. Then Collar Clue, Illuminating, Comical, Whiskey Cara. Candyland knocked up, and Keenuna Queen last in.
Yeah, a couple of good runs there. Premier Lobel and number 11, which was Borozovic, and third, he thinks, number 8, 50-50 in a photo with number 9, Black Shinbar. 6-11-8 called by Peter Smith at Globe Derby. Thank you, Pete. And our next race is Penrith, the last of the greyhounds in the very excellent greyhound meeting tonight at Penrith, where we saw a sensational run in the feature race, the 1991 Penrith Cup by Jessica Casey in a new track record. The Eruption at Albion Park, race 6, paid $381.75, $2 Colonial Flame, unextended $150. A Quinella of $12.90, trifecta $102, daily double 8 and 9, $8.90. And the treble, $17.10. Wentworth Park, and the win in the Superfecta race was to 6 Kings, 480 and 180, 350 for KwaZulu, short hyphen 250, Quinella 5150, trifecta 295.70, and that Superfecta was on the numbers 728 345. We'll have the dividend a little later on. Greyhounds approaching the boxes at Penrith, a Mini Valley update, meantime, with Aztec Spring 25s, I'm a Bulldog 9, Penny Brown 9-2. No, I don't feel like a Bulldog tonight, that's for sure. Lady Thor at 10s, Sure Hanover at 8, Campbell King at 14, Spiker Light 9-2. Support for Spiker Light, 6 is into 9-2. Best supported is Fair Tally into 5-4. And the selections from Brian Markovic at the Moonee Valley track in Melbourne, Penny Brown, Fair Tally, Spiker Light. 3 to win. Now, let's see what's happening. The Riverland Stake. Now, this is one you'll have a bit of a following here, Rod, with the Murray River mob, I'm sure, at Echuca, Moama and Swan Hill. Let's see what you've got to say about the latest on race 10 at Penrith.
Kerry, it's a tricky 6:17, they're off. Dwelling at the start was Rock and Ronda, and beginning well in the middle was Cyclone Cindy. Raced a length in front of Miss Port, and third the inside was 21. 2 further back, Shuntyard Maggie, followed by Emma May, Babakill, Rock and Ronda second last, and last was Akratiri. They string out towards the back at Cyclone Cindy by a length and a half. The inside is 21, the middle is Miss Port as Cyclone Cindy tends to roll off. 4 further back, Shuntyard Maggie, followed by Rock and Ronda, and 5 to Emma May. Second last, Babakill, and last of all was Akratiri. To the home turn, they still haven't grabbed Cyclone Cindy yet. It's a length in front. 21 is closing the gap, but Cyclone Cindy pulling out too many guns. Cyclone Cindy by a length and a half on 21. Third was Miss Port, followed by Rock and Ronda, and also Shuntyard Maggie from Emma May, Babakill, and one of the last ones in was Akratiri. Last event, 3, 1 and 4. 3 Cyclone Cindy, a fawn bitch by Vedanti, giving...
For race 7 in Melbourne.
Green light comes up. and away they go. I'm a Bulldog has stepped away quite well with Penny Brown. Lady Thor is just in behind them, only fairly away. Fair Telly off the 15 away nicely with Spiker Light, as Penny Brown on the outsiders trying to head off. I'm a Bulldog at the judge the first time. 3 circuits out, draws 2 metres in front. Around the outsiders, Share Hanover making ground to be third. Back in behind them came Aztec Spring, who broke there when I'm a Bulldog in front of it, hopped out of its gear. Spiker Light makes ground. Then Lady Thor and tacking up 5 metres away Fair Telly. Out of the straight they race at the 2400, and on the outside Share Hanover is now tackling Penny Brown for the lead, and shortly afterwards Kevin Ford on Share Hanover takes Share Hanover to the lead now from Penny Brown in second, placing Kathleen Ford. 6 metres away third, the outsiders Spiker Light. On the fence and fourth there is Campbell King. Spiker Light, he went roughly on that top turn. He almost broke. In fact, he's being restrained. He's grabbed hold of Spiker Light and he dropped out to the tail. Up on the outsiders, Lady Thor now making ground. On the fences, I'm a Bulldog. Third last is Fair Telly. Now second last on the outside is Spiker Light, who now works up to be 3 back on the outside. Funny old move that on the top turn, is now trailing Fair Telly, and back on the rail and last is Aztec Spring. Well, they've gone the first circuit, travelling down the straight with 2 to go at the 1900, and the leader is Share Hanover by 4 metres to Penny Brown. Up on the outside is Lady Thor, with the 1 by 1 as Fair Telly. Up on the outside now, trailing it in turn is Spiker Light. 3 back on the rail is Campbell King. Second last on the fence is I'm a Bulldog, and 4 metres away Aztec Spring. Out of the straight they race towards the 1650, and the leader is Share Hanover in the trot by 3 or 4 metres. 2 on the outside, Lady Thor. On the fence and third is Penny Brown. Fair Telly having a charmed run the outside fourth, but inclined to pull just a shade for Ralph Ford. Back in behind them came Spiker Light. On the rail is Campbell King from I'm a Bulldog, and 4 metres away Aztec Spring. Inside the 1450 metres, and still Share Hanover in front by 4 metres to Penny Brown, having a nice run behind the leader. The outsiders, Lady Thor tapped up. Well, Fair Telly couldn't have had an easier run on the outside of Campbell King. Third last is Spiker Light. Second last I'm a Bulldog, and still last is Aztec Spring. Around the turn, a bit more than a circuit out at the 1150, and virtually from the outset the mare Share Hanover. She's been the pilot. Out of wheel on the outsiders, Lady Thor. Then Penny Brown. Every possible hope for Fair Telly on the outside of Campbell King. Then Spiker Light. Second last I'm a Bulldog, and still 2 metres away Aztec Spring last. At the 850 at the judge, they've got a lap to go, and Share Hanover goes to the back in the final circuit, 3 metres clear. Lady Thor has worked on the outside, always on the outside. Fair Telly having a charmed run fourth. Then Penny Brown, the leader's back, needing ground, followed by Campbell King. Spiker Light still third last from I'm a Bulldog, and 3 metres to Aztec Spring. At the 600 down the back, and in just a stride, the Fords will be 1, 2, 3. 500 out. In front, Share Hanover for Kevin Ford by 2 metres to Lady Thor. Penny Brown needing a run for Kathleen Ford, and now Ralph Ford on Fair Telly eases to the outside, 3 wide. So now the Fords are racing 1, 2, 3. Spiker Light pulls to the outside. In behind them came I'm a Bulldog from Campbell King and Aztec Spring. 250 metres out on the turn. Share Hanover in front by 2 metres, but Fair Telly, he loomed up on the outside to tackle Share Hanover. Then Penny Brown now poking up in the centre, making ground. At the 180, Share Hanover just in front. Fair Telly is trying to pick it up, but he's half out of his gear, and Penny Brown has got the run in the centre. Penny Brown hit the lead from Share Hanover. Then Campbell King, Fair Telly going roughly, but Penny Brown wins. 1.5 metres to Share Hanover. Third, Campbell King. Well, Fair Telly, he was almost going to win 120 metres out. He went roughly though. Then Spiker Light back in behind them. Lady Thor from Aztec Spring, and I'm a Bulldog has run last.
That's Kathleen Ford driving number 3, Penny Brown. Well done. And 356 called by Brian.
Below the blue is the fave racing. Bigger Boy came out okay. Correct move on the outside. Nandawar Rose, Bigger Boy, and Calm Top. 4 in line going to the first corner there. Tight correct move. Got chopped out in his last. Settling into the back, Bigger Boy went to the front. Second was Super Freighter on the inside of Nandawar Rose and Golden King on the outside. 2 behind them then was Silver Willow, followed by Calm Top. Then Correct Move and Hopeful Version. Bigger Boy's the leader, but Golden King rattling home. Golden King goes to Bigger Boy and shot clear, and Golden King wins it. Golden King drew away, scores 3 or 4 to Nandawar Rose. Getting up for third, Silver Willow. Bigger Boy tied. Behind those now were Super Freighter, Calm Top from Correct Move and Hopeful Version.
Thank you, Pete. Golden King, eh? Number 2. The checks. from 8 and 3, called by Peter Johnson, race 9. Albion Park update, race 7, about 4 minutes to race. Now, here's Ned Wiltshire.
Willow played Barfoot Bobby, Raina Bray, Peggy Who, Magic Dust and Tolson Lady a long last down past the 600, and Mont Royale by a length to 1 Ra. Summersby Warrior without cover moving around them, followed then by Willow Plate. On the rail, Mary's Daughter from Barfoot Bobby. Raina Bray was next from Peggy Who, a long way back to Magic Dust, and Tolson Lady brought up the rear. 1100 left to travel as they make the run down towards the corner, and the leader was Mont Royale, 3 parts of a length to Summersby Warrior. Out deep was Willow Plate. Down on the rail was 1 Ra. They were followed then by Barfoot Bobby, Mary's Daughter, Raina Bray in behind those from Peggy Who, and second last Magic Dust, and Tolson Lady was last of all. Around the corner, the bell lap coming up this time, and Mont Royale showed the way about the 3 parts of a length to Summersby Warrior. Barfoot Bobby going up to join it shortly after. They were followed back in the field by Willow Plate, 1 Ra, Mary's Daughter, Raina Bray, Peggy Who, Magic Dust, and Tolson Lady was last of all. Down past the 600, and with the inside running, Mont Royale a narrow leader over Barfoot Bobby, a couple away to Summersby Warrior, followed then by 1 Ra. Willow Plate gaining ground around the outside from Mary's Daughter. Back in the field, 2 Raina Bray, Peggy Who, Magic Dust, and Tolson Lady was trailing. 400 left to travel, and Barfoot Bobby has got to the lead over Mont Royale. Summersby Warrior, Willow Plate now putting in their claim. Coming with a good run now was Raina Bray, followed then by Mary's Daughter, 1 Ra, and Peggy Who was last of the main division. 250 left to travel, and Barfoot Bobby the leader, headed shortly after by Willow Plate. Right round the outside was Raina Bray. They swing the corner. It's Barfoot Bobby, Willow Plate, and Raina Bray settling down to fight it out. Raina Bray right down the outside. In the centre of them there was Willow Plate, but Raina Bray is too good, and Raina Bray won the money. Barfoot Bobby second, Willow Plate third. Close for fourth, Peggy Who or Mary's Daughter, followed by Mont Royale. Summersby Warrior, 1 Ra, and Tolson Lady with Magic Dust last in.
Raina Bray was the winner, number 7. From 10 and 4. The placings in race 9 at Maitland, 7, 10 and 4. We have the superfecta dividend now from Wentworth Park.
Racing and a Pale Chief, and the pole began well, but Joy's Leader won the start and went looking for the lead. 3 Ways second and Pale Chief third. Then Dunveen around Really Rockin', followed by Lunar Alto. Then Vikings Memory Safursky, and Force 1 is last as they reach the first turn. Joy's Leader in front at the end of 300 metres and leads by 2.5 to Pale Chief and a length and a half to 3 Ways. Really Rockin' fourth on the rail, a length and a half to Dunveen, and then Force 1 sliding through on the fence on the inside of Lunar Alto. Safursky's 3 deep, Dunveen's come wide in front of him, and Vikings Memory last as they head down the straight. They're at the 2,200 metres mark, and the leader is Joy's Leader by a length over Dunveen, and Safursky striding up 3 wide. Pale Chief fourth on the inside of 3 Ways, a length away Really Rockin'. Then Force 1, who's third last, Lunar Alto second last, and Vikings Memory whips them in on the turn out of the straight. Past the 1,800 metres peg now, and Joy's Leader by a length and a quarter over Safursky, racing in the breeze. Pale Chief third on the back of the leader and pulling for his head. 1 to Dunveen around Really Rockin', 3 Ways 3 back in the running lane. Then Force 1, Lunar Alto, and Vikings Memory last as they complete a lap. 1,600 metres out, 82.9 for the first 1,000 metres, and as they head onto the top turn, it's Joy's Leader showing the way by a length over Safursky, and 1 to Pale Chief locked up on the fence behind the speed. Dunveen fourth on the outside of Really Rockin', then 3 Ways. 2 to Force 1, a similar margin to Lunar Alto, and Vikings Memory last on the 1,200 metres corner. Joy's Leader has been well tried to win the race and so far has done everything right. Joy's Leader by 3/4 over Safursky, with Pale Chief third, Dunveen fourth, Really Rockin' fifth, 3 Ways sixth, Force 1 seventh, Lunar Alto eighth, and Vikings Memory is ninth and last as they work past the judge and the bell. 33.4 for the first quarter of the mile. now, and it's Joy's Leader showing the way. Joy's Leader has been in front every step of the way and is a length in front of Safirsky. Pale Chief still third, still locked up behind the speed. Then Dunveen from Really Rockin', who's awkwardly placed on the fence. Three Ways about to peel and start a run. Force One pokes up in the centre from Luna Alto and to the Vikings Memory. 31.5 for the second quarter, and now Safirsky lays down the gauntlet to Joy's Leader, who doesn't find much, and Safirsky, despite racing in the breeze, sticks his head in front. Joy's Leader has the advantage of the fence as they come to the turn out of the straight. Dunveen sitting on their backs waiting to go, then Pale Chief, Force One, Really Rockin', Three Ways, Vikings Memory and Luna Alto. Joy's Leader with the paint fought back and joins Safirsky again. They're both flat now. Dunveen's about to come off their backs. He gives them a length and a quarter into the straight. Joy's Leader's under the bat. He draws away from Safirsky. Dunveen on the outside's immediately under the whip, and then Force One. Joy's Leader in front, he's fighting. Dunveen and Force One after him now. Joy's Leader walking. Dunveen gets him. Force One comes at Dunveen, but all too late, and Dunveen wins. Dunveen beat Force One. Joy's Leader ran third. He was game in defeat. Then Vikings Memory, Really Rockin', Pale Chief, Safirsky, Three Ways and Luna Alto. 3:25.7 is the time, a long way outside of the class record. And the winner is number 3, Dunveen, driven by Gary LaFoe. Had the run of the race, looked the winner a fair way out. At the top of the straight, when he peeled out, it appeared as though he was going to struggle, but he eventually got to Joy's Leader, and then he was able to hold the late challenge of Force One. 3, 8 and 5. Dunveen, Gary LaFoe first. Force One, Alan Donoghue second. And Joy's Leader, Richie Belford, runs third.
Thanks, Terry. And that was race 7, Albion Park, 385. Race 8 to conclude the program at 10:40 Eastern. Globe Derby race 7. The updated market now for for it, and it's number 1, 25 to 1. And number 2 is at 5 to 2, dry pastures. There are a few dry pastures around, still a lot of drought conditions throughout Australia. 4's into 5 to 2. Riviera Boodle, number 3, at 15 to 1. It is 13 to 2 for number 4. It is 13 to 1 for number 5. 30 to 1 for 6. 16 to 1 for 7. Even money for number 8, Bonamax. Selection from Peter Smith in Globe Derby for race number 7 is Bonamax. Number 8 from Dry Pastures, number 2 and 3, Riviera Boodle, 8, 2 and 3.
Now we're ready. Race 7, Highland Chief 2-year-old. Off they go. Away quickly is Riviera Boodle. Now also showing speed, Oriental Strike. Furnace is going to kick up on the inside as Riviera Boodle goes to the clear lead from Oriental Strike. Furnace the rails. Dry Pastures eased going to the first turn to grab the 1-1. On its back is Bonamax. Then Ackroyd on the inside. Further back Sunset in Rio and Media Command. Well, eventually Oriental Strike's going to go to the front. It takes over from Riviera Boodle taking that trail. Now Dry Pastures left without cover and he takes off on Bonamax and it's flying down the back straight. Then Furnace, Media Command, Ackroyd second last, and last of all was Sunset in Rio, and Bonamax just goes straight to the lead. A lap and a half to run, and this newcomer from New Zealand, Bonamax, 4 metres in front. In second placing was Oriental Strike, and Dry Pastures moves up around Riviera Boodle third and fourth. Then Furnace inside of Media Command, 4 metres Sunset in Rio, and Ackroyd the Rouse. First quarter was running 31.7 into the straight for the bell. The leader is Bonamax by 4 metres. In second placing, Oriental Strike. Dry Pastures forced to do some work. Then on the inside, Riviera Boodle. Moving up on the outside, Media Command, 3 metres to Furnace, a couple, Sunset in Rio. And Ackroyd now on its lonesome at the tail. They make their way towards the back straight, and still Bonamax the leader. Slowed a little that quarter, 32.7, but it's travelling nicely. Dry Pastures moves up on the outside. Oriental Strike now in a pocket. Media Command moves to fourth around Riviera Boodle. Then Furnace, Sunset in Rio, the outer, and still Ackroyd at the tail. Down the back, and Bonamax still going okay. 3 metres clear of Dry Pastures, under a little bit of pressure. Oriental Strike in the pocket. Then Riviera Boodle coming out 3 wide. Media Command pulling wide, Sunset in Rio. Then Furnace and Ackroyd halfway around the turn. Still it's Bonamax travelling pretty well. He sits very quietly. Neil Cavallaro had led 3 metres. Dry Pastures. Oriental Strike's going well, but it can't get out. Then Media Command, Riviera Boodle into the straight. Bonamax the leader. He's still got a good grip on it. Dry Pastures can't get it. Oriental Strike the inside, then Media Command. But Bonamax will win as it likes. Never let it go, Bonamax, and it won 5 metres. Second placing goes to Dry Pastures. Oriental Strike never really got out. Then Media Command, Riviera Boodle, Furnace, and the last two are Ackroyd and Sunset in Rio.
Thank you, Pete. That was the favourite Bonamax, the selection, and the Quinella Dry Pasture second, 8-2-4, called by Peter Smith in race number 7, Globe Derby. At Wentworth Park, the last race not that far away, and the Reds at 16s. The checks when we saw it a little while ago, 7-1, 20-1 for Pleasure Bent. Fritters at 7-4, 7-4 Soul Sensation, 20-1 for Emma's Range, 7-1 Davmar.
I'm Jeff Bell, manager of the Halfway Hotel in Beverley. If you ever pass in the area and like an icy cold beer, please drop in to see one of our girls.
Hi, I'm Jan from the saloon. Join us for a canter meal, $2.50, Monday to Friday.
I'm Sandy from the front bar. We have Sky, Keno and TAB.
Great discounts on all liquor lines too. Please come and see us.
Looked a good pub. Pete, you ever been to the Halfway House?
I haven't. I'd love to go there, though. It looks fantastic.
Didn't it look good?
Yeah.
We might go there, eh?
Together. A good
Okay,
idea.
Okay, get away from the women for a while.
All set for the last. The fave is the Yellow Soul Sensation. 7-4, 9-4 for Fritters. Soul Sensation came out running. Davmar's Hanky showing speed. Soul Sensation's the leader at the first corner. And shots nicely clear from Davmar's Hanky. Going to third, Dawn Star. Fritters is trailing okay, and on the outside, Emos Devil, followed by Braveheart. Improving Pleasure Bent at Emma's Range. Out of the straight, Soul Sensation on the bunny. Out by 4 lengths. In second place, Davmar's Hanky. Behind them, Dawn Star, Fritters starting a run. Then Braveheart. Emma's Range is hooking around the outside, and further back, then Pleasure Bent. And Emos Devil is last of all, but Soul Sensation is absolutely bolting on the corner. Leads by a dozen lengths, is going to win by 20, I think. And Soul Sensation goes right onto the line, maybe 16 lengths. Second was Fritters. In third position, Emma's Range. A break in the field of Dawn Star, Davmar's Hanky, followed then by Emos Devil, and Braveheart was one of the last to greet the judge with Pleasure Bent.
Nice one to finish the night on, Pete. Well done. We're back there shortly for the approximates. Moonee Valley race.
Ready, set, racing. Classy Kiwi shows early speed with Super Happy Star, Confidential Air, and also Sitting Bull. Delarac is back on the rail. 4 metres away, Bo Ticky. In behind them came East Side, followed by Franco Surpass. They're racing pretty tight out of the straight. Then Captain Preneur, Winning Fuel, and Rich Warrior some 8 metres away last. Delarac goes through and leads Super Happy Star at the 1600 down the back. Confidential Air is out 3 wide going forward. Franco Surpass settles down 5th and on the outside of East Side. 6 metres to Captain Preneur. Then Sitting Bull 3 wide momentarily. 6 metres to Bo Ticky, Classy Kiwi, Winning Fuel, and 12 metres away, Rich Warrior. Super Happy Star on the outside. Work to the lead now from Delarac on the top turn the first time. Confidential Air without cover. And now Franco Surpasses 4th and 1 by 1. On its inside is East Side. Captain Preneur the running line. 4 metres to Bo Ticky. 4 back on the fence. On its outside is Sitting Bull. Third last Winning Fuel, followed by Classy Kiwi. And Rich Warrior out the back some 6 or 8 metres away. Around the turn they've gone the first circuit. A lap to go. The leader Super Happy Star after working the first 600 metres by 6 metres to Confidential Air, who's had no luck in the run. Delarac on the fence. Well, Franco Surpass, he's had a charmed run 4th. Back on the rail is East Side. Up on the outside is Captain Preneur. Then Bo Ticky on the fence. Sitting Bull the outside. Winning Fuel third last from Classy Kiwi, and 4 metres away Rich Warrior. Out of the straight they race towards the 700. Super Happy Star, he's still in front by 3 metres to Confidential Air. Delarac on the fence. Franco Surpasses 4th. In behind them came East Side the rail, followed by Captain Preneur. Rich Warrior from last now pulls out. In behind them Bo Ticky angling 1 off the fence. Then Sitting Bull third last. He's on a loose rein, followed by Classy Kiwi and Winning Fuel towards the 450. Now the runs are coming. Super Happy Star in front by a metre to Confidential Air. Franco Surpass, he's had an easy run. He pulls to the outside now, 3 wide, forcing Captain Preneur 4 wide. Then Bo Ticky. Rich Warrior gone. Sitting Bull under pressure. East inside comes off the fence from Delarak, Winning Fuel and Classy Kiwi. At the 200 though, Captain Preneur 4 deep. He grabbed Franco Surpass, who's coming again. Then Super Happy Star, Bo Ticky at the 120. Captain Preneur a neck in front. Here is Bo Ticky. He's putting in the big strides on the outside. Captain Preneur tackled by Bo Ticky. Bo Ticky going home a little bit too well. And Bo Ticky has got up to defeat Captain Preneur by a metre. Franco Surpass close up third. Then east side, Sitting Bull in behind them from Super Happy Star, Winning Fuel, Confidential Air knocked up from Classy Kiwi, Delarak, and last in was Rich Warrior.
Okay, good finish. Good win to number 4, Bo Ticky. In the 8th race, the Copper Court 2-year-old.
Coming down now towards the starting point and all pacing well behind the gate. Blue light is flashing. They're off and running in the last, an early race for the lead. Out wide seen Romeo's Babe over on the rail, Ready Red. They were followed by Bojack, Motor Philly, Ricochet DJ, Muckalee Kid from Gliding Gold, Native Magic, Hall Pack, and last of all was Lucky Mountain. The pace solid as they commenced to run down the back where McDee took Romeo's Babe to the front. Has opened up a break now of 2 lengths over Ready Red. They were followed then by Bojack, Motor Philly 3 deep. Gliding Gold moving around the outside of Muckalee Kid. Next was Native Magic from Ricochet DJ, Hall Pack, and Lucky Mountain. In this order they leave the back and make the run to the corner a lap and a quarter before them. And it's Romeo's Babe, the leader, about a neck to the good now of Motor Philly getting up to it. Down on the rail was Ready Red in behind them. Gliding Gold with Bojack, Muckalee Kid, Native Magic, Lucky Mountain, Hall Pack, and Ricochet DJ brought up the rear around the corner. The bell lap coming up this time and 7:50 left to travel, and Romeo's Babe the leader over Motor Philly. Gliding Gold out wide from Ready Red. They were followed then by Bojack, Native Magic, Muckalee Kid, Lucky Mountain, Ricochet DJ, and Hall Pack was last of all. 600 left to travel. Romeo's Babe by 3 parts of a length to Motor Philly. Gliding Gold, the big danger, moving right up around the outside of them. Back in the field too, Ready Red, Native Magic, Muckalee Kid, Bojack from Lucky Mountain, and Ricochet DJ with Hall Pack last of all. Down to the 400 they travel. Gliding Gold the leader. 3 parts of a length to Romeo's Babe. Native Magic putting in the big run right up around the outside. Muckalee Kid now going out after them. They were followed then by Motor Philly and Lucky Mountain flying right around the outside of them. 200 out, and Native Magic has got to the lead. The challengers coming thick and fast as they swing the corner at Native Magic, Muckalee Kid, Lucky Mountain and Gliding Gold, but Native Magic in front. Muckalee Kid and Lucky Mountain's not going to pick it up, and Native Magic driven right out by Elder goes on and wins the money. Muckalee Kid would get second, close for third. Gliding Gold or Lucky Mountain followed by Romeo's Babe, Motor Philly, Ready Red, Ricochet DJ, Bojack and Hall Pack last in.
9-8 a photo. Thank you, Ned, for your help tonight. And number 9 was Native Magic. 9-8 a photo, race 10 at Maitland. The dividends are through from Moonee Valley. Bo Ticky, $6.10 for that win. And
$85, so it's 5-4 and 11-2 about that pair. They're all set. Lights on. Racing and Serrano. Oh, trouble. The steward galloped just after the starters said go. The steward galloped. He's still galloping. He drops out to the tail of the field, and it's good night nurse for the steward, and they've left plenty in the bags. I'm a Hillview shoots to the front on the first turn. Leads by more than a length. I'm a Bay second. Pacer third. Ardent Azure wide and sweeping forward around Finnegan's Bluff, and Serranum goes forward behind Ardent Azure. Then Loco Flyer on the outside of Chief Bandon, a length to Apache Dart. 2 to Royal Command, 2.5 to Winner Chip, and the steward is 20 lengths away at the tail of the field. Ardent Azure is about to work to the front, past the mile marker, and Ardent Azure takes over and crosses onto the paint. 35.7 for the first 500. Ardent Azure by 2 to I'm a Hillview and 1 to Sir Animum, who now rolls into third spot on the outside of Pay Sir. I'm a Bay on the back of Sir Animum, 2 lengths to Chief Bandon inside of Finnegan's Bluff. Apache Darts 3 deep, working forward around Loco Flyer. Winner Chip on the rail. Royal Command last of the main group, and that long break to the steward at the 1200 metres peg. Ardent Azure shows the way around the corner for the bell. 2 in front of I'm a Hillview and 1 to Sir Animum cutting the breeze. Pacer on the fence. Apache Dart moves up 3 deep around I'm a Bay. Chief Bandit on the rail. Then Finnegan's Bluff. Loco Flyer 3 wide from Winner Chip. Royal Command behind Loco Flyer. And that long gap to the steward. 31.7 31.3 for the first quarter of the mile. Ardent Azure, the last favourite, leads into the 900 metres corner by 2 lengths over Seranum. Mima Hillview third on the back of the leader. Apache Dart still 3 deep around Ima Bay Pacer on the rail. Loco Flyers 3 deep behind Apache Dart, and then Chief Bandit, followed by Royal Command, winner Chip Finnegan's Bluff, and a long break to the Steward. 31.6 for the second quarter. Ardent Azure, a length and a half to Seranum. Ahead to Ima Hillview on the rail. Apache Dart still 3 wide, then